And it's glorious! Right then, welcome back to the only channel on the internet that truly understands what it means to have your internal organs rearranged by sheer, unadulterated horsepower. Today we're not mucking about with sensible family saloons or, heaven forbid, caravans. No, today we are diving headfirst into the glorious, bellowing, tire-shredding world of the absolute fastest race in sports cars that 2025 has to offer. This isn't just about looking pretty, though some of these are automotive art. This is about raw, brutal, face-melting speed. We've scoured the globe, peered into the top-secret workshops of mad geniuses, and argued, quite extensively I might add, to compile this definitive list. The criteria? Simple, really. We're looking at eye-watering top speeds, the kind that make the horizon rush towards you like an angry bull. And we're considering performance, the sort of acceleration that pins you to your seat and makes you question all your life choices up to that point. It's about engineering pushed to its absolute ludicrous limit, where the laws of physics are merely suggestions. So buckle up, buttercups, because this is going to be one heck of a ride. We'll be counting down the 10 most ludicrously quick machines man has yet devised. And as always, I want to hear from you lot. Which of these speed demons gets your pulse racing? Which one would you sell a kidney or perhaps a less vital organ to have in your garage? Let me know in the comments below. Don't be shy. There are no wrong answers, only slow ones. Kicking off our list at number 10 is a car that needs absolutely no introduction, but I'm going to give it one anyway because frankly it deserves all the fanfare we can muster. It's the Bugatti Chiron Supersport 300 Plus. Now the name itself is a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Sounds like something a very wealthy, slightly ostentatious chap would name his yacht. But forget the name, focus on the numbers, 300 plus, as in, over 300 miles per hour. This isn't just a car, it's a land-based missile draped in the most exquisite carbon fiber and leather. It's what happens when German engineering discipline meets an almost reckless desire for ultimate speed, and then decides to make it comfortable enough to pop to the shops in. If, the shops were on the other side of a continent, the sheer audacity of this machine is something to behold. They didn't just aim for 300 mph. They smashed through it like a runaway train through a garden shed. And it's not just about that headline figure. Oh no. The Chiron is a masterpiece of luxury engineering. The interior is plusher than a billionaire's drawing room. The engine note is a symphony of controlled explosions, and the way it devours miles is frankly terrifying and addictive in equal measure. It's a car that whispers sweet nothings about its 1,578 horsepower W16 engine while simultaneously preparing to warp your perception of reality. Some say it's too much, too heavy, too Bugatti. I say if you're going to be excessive, this is how you do it. Next up at number 9, we have something from the land of sensible Volvos and IKEA flat-pack furniture. Except this is about as far from sensible as you can possibly get. It's the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute, and it's the brainchild of Christian von Koenigsegg, who clearly looked at the rulebook of car design, laughed heartily, and then set it on fire. The Jesko Absolute is designed with one singular terrifying purpose: to go as fast as theoretically possible in a straight line. They even removed the massive rear wing from the standard Jesko, all in the name of slicing through the air with the slipperiness of a greased eel. It's an exercise in aerodynamic obsession, and the acceleration, well, let's just say it's adequate. If by adequate you mean it could probably outdrag a fighter jet for the first few hundred yards. The twin-turbo V8 churns out an astronomical amount of power. We're talking well over 1,600 horsepower on E85 fuel, which is basically Viking rocket fuel. The clever, light-speed transmission has 9 gears and can swap cogs almost before you've even thought about it. This car isn't just fast, it's a statement. It's Sweden planting a flag on the moon of ludicrous speed, proving that you don't need a massive corporation to build something utterly mind-bending, just a shed, a dream, and an unhealthy obsession with terminal velocity. Alright, for number 8, we're heading over to the good old US of A, the land of the free, and the home of the brave. And in this case, the home of the Hennessy Venom F5. Now, John Hennessy is a man who believes that too much horsepower is never, ever enough. He looks at a perfectly sensible muscle car and thinks, needs more explosions. The Venom F5 is the culmination of that philosophy, a Texan middle finger to the European hypercar establishment. Their goal? Simple, 300 miles per hour, and then some. This isn't just about bragging rights, it's about raw, untamed American ambition poured into a carbon fiber chassis. This beast is powered by a custom-built twin-turbo V8 engine named Fury, and believe me, it lives up to the name. We're talking about 1,817 horsepower. That's not a typo. That's enough power to spin the earth slightly off its axis if you're not careful with the loud pedal. The entire car is a bespoke creation, designed from the ground up to cheat the wind and deliver a driving experience that's probably akin to being strapped to the outside of a space shuttle during launch. It's loud, it's brash, it's unapologetically American, and it's hell-bent on proving that when it comes to sheer, straight-line grunt, you don't mess with Texas. Now for something a little different at number 7. This one doesn't shout about its power with a V8 bellow or a W16 roar. Oh no, this one whispers. And then it teleports you to the next county. It's the Rimac Nevera, and it comes from Croatia of all places. And brace yourselves, it's electric. Yes, I know. Electrons and silence aren't usually my cup of tea when it comes to fast cars, but you simply cannot argue with the numbers this thing produces. It's like being punched in the chest by a velvet-gloved ghost. The acceleration is just instantaneous. There's no build-up, no waiting for turbos to spool, just pure, unadulterated, neck-snapping thrust. The Nevera packs 4 electric motors, one for each wheel, producing a combined total of, wait for it, 1,914 horsepower and an absurd amount of torque. That's more torque than a small tugboat. It will do 0 to 60 miles per hour in a time that's frankly difficult to comprehend, something like 1.85 seconds. Before you can say, where's the engine? You're already breaking speed limits that sensible countries impose. It's a technological marvel, a showcase of what's possible when you throw out the internal combustion rulebook and embrace the lightning. It might not stir the soul in the same way a V12 does, but good heavens, it rearranges your organs with ruthless efficiency, and for that it earns its place. At number 6 we have a car that is, quite simply, automotive insanity made beautiful. It's the Aston Martin Valkyrie. Now Aston Martin, a name synonymous with British elegance, suave secret agents, and grand tourers that make you feel like a king. But the Valkyrie? This is something else entirely. This is what happens when Aston Martin lets its Formula One engineers, specifically the genius Adrian Newey, off the leash and tells them to build the ultimate road-legal hypercar. The result is less of a car and more of a downforce generating weapon, a refugee from Le Mans that somehow escaped onto public tarmac. It looks like it wants to suck the road up through its enormous Venturi tunnels. Underneath that breathtaking, almost alien-like bodywork lies a naturally aspirated V12 engine from Cosworth that revs to over 11,000 RPM. 11,000! It screams like a banshee, a proper old-school eardrum-shattering mechanical symphony, and it's augmented by a hybrid system for even more instant punch. This isn't just about straight-line speed, though, it has plenty of that. The Valkyrie is designed to corner with such ferocity that your eyeballs will struggle to stay in their sockets. It's a demanding, uncompromising machine, a true driver's car for those who find a regular supercar a bit pedestrian. It's an F1 car with number plates, and it's utterly terrifyingly brilliant. Coming in at number 5, it's a name that drips with passion, heritage, and a prancing horse that usually means business Ferrari. And this isn't just any Ferrari, it's the SF90XX Stradale. Now, Ferrari already makes some fairly rapid machinery, as you might expect, but when they stick XX on the back, it means they've taken their already potent road car, in this case the SF90, and given it the full track-focused, no-holds-barred treatment, but then, confusingly, made it road legal again. It's like sending your prize racehorse to a finishing school that teaches it table manners, but still lets it gallop at ludicrous speeds. The SF90X Stradale is a plug-in hybrid, which might make some traditionalists splutter into their espressos, but calm down because Ferrari knows a thing or two about making hybrids go rather quickly. They've been doing it in Formula One for years. You get a twin-turbo V8, 3 electric motors, and a combined output that nudges well over 1,000 horsepower. It's got more aggressive aero than a fighter jet, including a fixed rear wing that screams, "Look at me, I mean business." It's blisteringly quick, technologically advanced, and carries the weight of that prancing horse badge with serious intent. It's Ferrari showing the world that even in this new hybrid era, they're still the kings of red-hot performance. For our number 4 spot, we return to Great Britain, to Woking, to be precise, the home of McLaren. And, this is their vision of the ultimate grand tourer, a hyper GT designed not just for speed but for crossing continents at frankly biblical velocities, all while cocooned in futuristic luxury. It's the McLaren Speedtail. And just look at it. It's less of a car and more of a teardrop-shaped projectile sculpted by the wind itself. It's long, it's low, it's incredibly slippery, and it features that iconic three-seat layout with the driver in the middle, just like the legendary McLaren F1, a proper nod to the past, while rocketing into the future. The Speedtail is all about achieving its monumental top speed, over 250 miles per hour, with grace and stability. It's a hybrid combining McLaren's familiar twin-turbo V8 with electric assistance to produce over 1,000 horsepower. But it's the obsessive attention to aerodynamic detail that truly sets it apart. It even has flexible carbon fiber ailerons at the back that adjust to optimize drag and downforce. It's fiendishly clever stuff. It's the sort of car you'd imagine a very stylish secret agent using to chase villains across the Riviera, arriving unruffled and just in time for a martini. It's a statement of British engineering prowess, a high-speed work of art. Cracking into our top three, at number 3, it's the latest raging bull from Sant'Agata Bolognese, the Lamborghini Revuelto. Now, Lamborghini has always been about drama, about outrageous styling, about making cars that shout louder and look angrier than anything else on the road. And the Revuelto, the successor to the mighty Aventador, does not disappoint. It looks like it was designed by a 12-year-old boy with an unlimited budget and a deep love for fighter jets and angry origami. And I mean that in the best possible way. It's pure, unadulterated automotive theater. But here's the interesting bit. The Revuelto is a hybrid. Yes, the purists might be sharpening their pitchforks, but hold on. At its heart still beats a magnificent, naturally aspirated V12 engine, a proper Lambo V12 screaming its lungs out. And then Lamborghini has added 3 electric motors to the mix, bringing the total power output to over 1,000 horsepower. So, you get the soul-stirring shriek of 12 cylinders combined with the instant torque of electric power. It's the best of both worlds. Wrapped up in a carbon fiber body that looks like it wants to eat other cars for breakfast, it's still very much a Lamborghini wild, untamed, and utterly exhilarating. Nudging very close to the top spot at number 2, we have a car that, on the surface, might look a bit like its more sensible brethren, but trust me, it's a completely different animal. It's the Porsche 911 GT2 RS. Now, the GT2 RS has always been the wildest, most unhinged member of the 911 family, the one they warn you about, the one that demands respect, skill, and possibly a change of underwear after a particularly spirited drive. And this latest iteration for 2025? Well, they've somehow managed to make it even more potent, even more focused, even more terrifyingly capable. It's German efficiency weaponized. While some on this list chase ultimate top speed above all else, the GT2 RS is a master of the track. It's engineered to demolish lap times, to stick to the tarmac like it's been glued there, and to provide a driving experience so intense it borders on sensory overload. The twin-turbo flat-six engine at the back delivers monstrous power with brutal efficiency, and the chassis is a work of art, honed on the Nürburgring. Yet, and this is the truly baffling part, you could, theoretically, drive it to the shops. It has that typical Porsche usability, that underlying sense of robust engineering. But make no mistake, unleash its full potential, and it will remind you why its predecessors earned their fearsome reputations. And here we are at the very pinnacle, the #1 fastest, most mind-boggling car of 2025, and it is quite simply a Formula One car for the road. I am of course talking about the Mercedes-AMG One. Now, many manufacturers claim to put F1 technology into their road cars. Usually that means it has some carbon fiber bits and maybe a fancy badge. But Mercedes? They've actually gone and done it. They've taken the hybrid powertrain, the actual engine and electric motor setup, from Lewis Hamilton's championship-winning Formula One car, tweaked it slightly so it doesn't explode after 50 miles, and shoehorned it into a road-legal hypercar. The sheer audacity is breathtaking. This isn't just inspired by F1, it is F1, with air conditioning and a slightly more comfortable seat. The 1.6-liter V6 turbo engine revs to an ear-splitting 11,000 RPM, working in concert with 4 electric motors to produce well over 1,000 horsepower. The aerodynamic trickery, the pushrod suspension, the sheer complexity of it all is on another planet. It's a car that makes all other hypercars look a bit conventional. The development has been a Herculean task, fraught with challenges, but the result is a machine that redefines what's possible. It's not just the fastest, it's a statement of ultimate engineering dominance, a true champion. And there you have it, 10 machines that laugh in the face of speed limits and redefine what it means to be fast in 2025. From the brutal elegance of Bugatti to the F1-derived madness of the Mercedes-AMG 1, it's clear that the pursuit of speed is alive and well and frankly, more exciting than ever. What a collection of automotive lunacy. My palms are still sweating just talking about them, each one a testament to human ingenuity, engineering prowess, and a healthy disregard for the sensible. Now I've had my say, but the workshop floor is now open to you. Thank you genuinely for joining me on this high-octane journey. If you enjoyed having your perceptions of speed thoroughly shattered, do me a favor. Hit that like button with the force of a Koenigsegg launch, subscribe so you don't miss out on more automotive mayhem, and most importantly, tell me in the comments below, which of these monsters would you have? Or, if you could have any car on Earth, what's your ultimate dream machine? I read all the comments, especially the ones that agree with me. And speaking of the future, hold on to your hats because next time, we're diving into the rapidly evolving and somewhat controversial world of upcoming electric hypercars. Will they have the soul? Can they deliver the thrills? Or is it all just silent, characterless speed? We shall investigate. Until then, keep the revs up and don't lift.